Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the den. Legacy Internet Radio. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody who has been rocking with us tonight. We've just had an outstanding show. It's been real dope, and you guys have been a part of it tonight. I'm just so happy and so excited that we had an outstanding segment with our sister Kula Von Seal and our sister Dating Pool Diva and our sister Q Boogie has been along for the ride the whole night, and we've had the babies here and they're getting tired, and so we're going to get through the final stages of the show. So let me get through our moment in history. First, 1990, our brother Charles Johnson is honored with the National Book Award for his fictional book On the Middle Passage. That's very interesting. 1928, Marjorie Joyner patents a hair machine which could wave both white people hair and black people hair. That's a very crazy one. And then lastly, in 1917 through 1919 and 1942 through 1945, if you know those dates, those are World War I and World War II. The 92nd Infantry Division, a military unit of approximately 15,000 officers and men, was one of only 2 all-black divisions to fight in the United States Army during World War I and II. The 92nd Division was organized in October 1917 at Camp Funston, Kansas, and included black soldiers from all over the country. So keep an eye out on moments in history. And if you have any that you want to hear us talk about, send us an email at legacyinternetradio@gmail.com. At this time of the show, we always profile a missing and or exploited child. Tonight is no different. We're looking for Richard Greggs. Richard Greggs has been missing since September 10th, 2017, from Virginia Beach, Virginia. He's a 13-year-old black male with black hair and brown eyes. He stands 5 foot and weighs 90 pounds. Once again, last seen on September 10th, 2017, wearing an orange shirt with white stripes, navy blue shorts, and gray and white shoes. If you've seen Richard Greggs, please contact the National Center for Missing and or Exploited Children on their website, missingkids.org, or contact the Virginia Beach Police Department at 757-385-8175, or contact 1-800-THE-LOST, 1-800-843-5678. Very special thank you to the folks that checked in today. Shout out to Mr. A, Megan, Chanel, Selwyn, Tony, Shayna, Bully Boy, Akeem, Michelle K, Bryna. If I missed you, charge it to my not writing it down and not to my heart. Got love for all those folks who rock with us. We, of course, will roll with y'all. Please patronize all our shows here on Legacy Internet Radio, including this show, Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J, on Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tuesdays, starting in December, we will have Life Ministries, which they make their debut. They debut next Tuesday. Life Ministries will join us, hashtag Brother and Sister Shenanigans, on Wednesday. This One Time at the Gym is going to join us on Thursday, starting in January. Friday nights, Couch Coach Live. Saturday, we replay our shows throughout the day, taking you up to 3:30 when A New Balance airs. I Got Something to Say at 6, Bob Marley and the Family Reggae Mix, all night long, Saturday into Sunday morning. Picking up with Amplified Gospel Sunday morning, taking you up to the Micah White Show, Micah Bam Bam White, 3:30 on Sunday afternoons. And then the Satin Room airs, and then Doing Time. Starting this Thursday, November 30th, for the next 3 Thursdays, we will have a very, very, very special podcast, the Legacy Internet Radio Star Wars podcast, which we will be airing. Very excited for those Star Wars fans and those folks who just want to rock with us. Definitely make sure that you are tuned in on this Thursday, November 30th at 7 p.m. for the next 3 weeks. We did 3 shows because it's the trilogy. We did that on purpose. And so we're going to talk about basically all of the movies and the future of Star Wars in a 3-part series starting this Thursday. So this Thursday, next Thursday, and the following Thursday. And we strategically timed it so that the last one will be airing the day before The Last Jedi comes out in the theater. So we're very, very excited about that. So I think we got all of the particulars out of the way and all of the announcements and all of that kind of stuff. Actually, I do have one more announcement, but I will make that during my own personal rant and my own personal closing. And so we will start it off. First up, our sister Q Boogie. Time for you to close it out with your rant and your closing. My sister, what you got? What you finna fuss about? I can't.
I'm trying to think
Okay,
of
there you
what
go.
Okay. I'm trying to think of something that I need to talk. Maybe I don't need to talk about that right now. Well, if something kind of happened to me yesterday, if someone is trying to tell you something and it's out of the normal, what you think they should be talking to you about because you already have their answer ready, you're proving that you can't really listen to them. Like, they're coming to you like, I have so many things to share, and I want to make sure that I, as a safe space, you as a safe space, we can both talk to each other. If you have indicated that you're not trying to hear that because it's not going in the realm of what you think it should go, or you would do this, so mine or anyone else's issues about it pale in comparison, I would say you take a step back and figure out why you feel that way. Because if your only way of being able to relate to someone is on your terms, because it's something that you've gone through personally or something that only you understand, or in the capacity in which only you understand it, then you may have to take a step back. Because there's a lot of people out here that are going through a lot, especially the non-related people. They're going through a lot, and I'm including myself. We're looking for people to talk to. And if you're like, well, I don't have that problem, so why do you have that problem? That's hard.
Appreciate it, Q Boogie. Daddy Pool Diva. What it do?
I don't have a rant. I just want to plug an event I have coming up. December 2nd, the holiday vendor fair. I will be displaying my jewelry, my art, my designs at the Sheraton on Burnham Avenue, December 2nd. And I believe it starts around 8 into the afternoon. I'm not really sure the exact hours, but I think it starts around 8 a.m. to like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And, if people can support and come out, that's great. If they can't, if they can at least, check out some of my work on Facebook, the RVA Jewelry Art and Design group and fan page. You can check that out. And also my website, www.freespiritenterprises.co.za.
You got it. Ain't no #7 Marcus J live from the den. Legacy Internet Radio. Absolutely. You're a Legacy Internet Radio sponsor. So thank you to you for sponsoring us for as long as we've been on the air. We got a lot of love for you because you're dope. Shout out to my sister Melanie in the Shy and whatnot, checking us out here on the rants and the closing. And shout out to our brother Wizzy. Wizzy saying peace to you, Cooler. It's a perfect opportunity for you to close it out with your rant and your closing. Cooler!
Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to thank you, Mr. Marcus, and Legacy Internet Radio for offering me this opportunity to come kick it with the fantastic ladies here right now. Kick it with you. Plug myself. To find me, Kula, KULA VONCILLE, Kula Von Seal on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, the A app, what other social media? Snapchat. Twitter. Well, no, Twitter's KULA0322. So, for the most part, I try to keep it simple with my social media. This week, Friday, the December 1st, the film season 5, will be back here on Legacy Internet Radio with on TV with Comcast.
Legacy TV, yep.
Legacy TV. So
we'll be on Legacy TV, yep.
Oh, okay. So, I had that on the 1st, the film season 5. Then, at Manhattan's with my homeboy Mir. He has a modeling performance event at Manhattan's on December 9th. I will be in attendance with that. On December 15th, Ms. Purnell has plugged me in with the In Entertainment Showcase at Charm Lounge in the Tidewater area, so I will be performing there as well. A couple of dope things are coming up as far as the distribution deal with Protecting That Records. I'll be starting plugging that interview and song and getting that started off the page. I don't necessarily have a rant. I'm kind of in a good place. I'm kind of not really persnickety or irritated by someone, but the week is still new.
Just started.
Somebody might, come in with a customer service issue, and I was like, really?
Yeah.
Really? You know that coupon's expired. Why are you trying to use the coupon? You know it's expired. Like, stop.
They'll work that nerve then.
Yeah, they'll work that nerve. But other than that, I'm in a happy place. My kids are here, and I'm just following my dream and doing what I love to do. So yeah, shout out to all my people from Hip Hop Forum Digital Magazine. Shout out to Greg Hall from Big Time Radio Network. Shout out to the 15th of Fire. Shout out to the 804-757-703, aka the Commonwealth of Virginia.
DA.
In the building.
Yes. Well, it's time for me to kind of close it out. And so before I get to my rant, which will be relatively brief compared to how they normally can be, but I want to say thank you to my sisters who are here. Q Boogie, you always are here with a smile and just a real dope perspective on pretty much whatever we talk about. And you always make yourself available. When I reached out to you, you said, yeah, I'll be there. And I appreciate that. That makes you real dope to me. So thank you, sis, for real. Dating Pooh Diva, we've been rocking for a long time, 6 years. And, very happy to have you be a part of what we're doing to this day. When we created Legacy Internet Radio, I think one of the things that I can say about you is you in pretty much all the pictures. And to be in all the pictures is kind of a big deal, at least all the eras. Maybe not all the pictures, but all the eras, because we've had different eras of our existence. And your friendship and your being my sister means a lot. So I appreciate you coming in here doing these Diva Diaries. I think those relationship segments are important because I still think even beyond when we were doing the Love Revolutions out in public, I do think that we help people every single month, and that's something that you're a part of. So I appreciate you. Cooler. I just like saying that. I like saying that like that. Yeah, I just like saying that like that. And I had an opportunity to meet you a month ago, and when you came in with this light and the spirit and this air of dopeness. And hanging out with you that day was cool, but you had your sisters with you. To spend time with you on an individual basis here in this element, I got to learn a lot about you, and I like what I learned. You real dope. You should know that you real dope. I'm playing the songs right now under us talking. So I've been playing them all night, so I just you just need to know you dope. And I look forward to having an opportunity to go through this mixtape. And then I'm probably going to be calling you up and saying, when we going to get another one. And so you just keep on grinding. I look forward to seeing you and Q Stars and Jody Smith this Friday night at Comcast and Verizon, where we're going to have Legacy TV. I'm also excited to have our sister, we're going to call her Joy Donaldson on television. We're not going to call her Q Boogie, that's her radio name, but our sister Q Boogie will also be joining us on Legacy TV this Friday to talk about all of the great things. And usually when you come into the radio station, you usually just talk about the topics of the day, and then you support whatever guests we happen to have that night. But Friday night when we do Legacy TV, we're going to spend some time talking about you and how dope you are. Of course, we're going to also talk to Cooler and Q Stars as well as Jody in their segment as well. So y'all are dope. You should know you're dope. All right. So it's time for me to get to my rant, and it's time for me to get to my closing. So there's two pieces. First piece that I'm going to start with is this explosion that we're seeing with this cryptocurrency. You got a lot of people that know a little bit about it. You got a lot of people that know a lot of bit about it. What I will tell you is to do your homework, do your research, download the app. It's called Coinbase. One word, Coinbase. Download the app, do your research, look up Bitcoin, look up Ethereum, look up Litecoin, Look at what they cost today. Look at what they cost yesterday. Look at what they cost a month ago, a year ago. And if it's something that you think is worthy of your investment, then invest in it. A lot of people who have made a whole lot of money doing this. And I've also found, in my experience, that we as black folk, we walk around scared to death to take a chance because we always feel like things are too good to be true. Sometimes they are, but sometimes they're not. And I've found that other people in other cultures are more likely to take a chance, and those are the people who benefit from the chance that you take. You play the lotto, you take the chance that you might win, but you ain't gonna win unless you try. And so when you look up this Coinbase, I want you to pay attention to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, and pay attention to the trajectory that they're on. Do your research and look up what folks are saying about it. If it's something that you think is worthy of your investment, then guess what? We got some place for you to be, because we will be launching later on this month, and I'm making an announcement. Legacy Media Group Investments. Legacy Media Group Investments. There'll be more information that's going to be coming out. Just keep an eye on what we're doing in social media, in Instagram and on Facebook, because we will be talking more about this. But you need to stack some chips. More specifically, you need to stack about $60 one time. We're going to talk more about it. We're going to have a conference call on December 9th. We'll announce this a little bit more going forward, but make sure that you're available. It's a Saturday afternoon about 1:30, and we're going to be talking more about this then. Also, next Monday, this show will be airing live, not from the den, but the mobile den of Brewers Cafe. We're back at Brewers Cafe a week from tonight as we celebrate our 6-year anniversary in internet radio. All those 6 years weren't on Legacy Internet Radio, but the show that you're listening to, Ain't No Half Step on Marcus J, made its debut in December of 2011. So we're very happy and very excited to celebrate our 6-year anniversary at the home of an alumni, Brewers Cafe. Of course, AJ Brewer used to do a show here on Legacy Internet Radio called The Pregame with him and his homies. They would come in here on Friday nights, and they would pregame for 2 hours before they went and acted a damn fool. So very excited about that. All right. Last thing I want to get to in my rant, we didn't spend no time talking about everybody's favorite president of the United States. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this out on my system right now. The two biggest and most petty lies this man has told, and his followers will try to justify in the last couple of days, is where he lied about the Time magazine cover, where he says they wanted him for the cover, and they came out and said no, they didn't, which was a random, unnecessary lie. And I asked why. Then he lied about the famous or the infamous grab him by the pee comment on Access Hollywood. At the time, he apologized for saying it. This week, he's denying and saying it was not something that he did. It was fake news. He's also the same man who denies involvement with the Russians, and he denies sexual accusations against him. So if he tells you two bold-faced, unnecessary lies, do folks really think that he won't lie about important stuff? But then again, he's making America great again, right? Dude told me over the weekend that he's the best president of the United States in decades already after less than 11 months in office. He really got these people fooled. And I'm really getting exhausted debating them. But you know what? Can't stop, won't stop, because that's what I do. That's our ministry here at Legacy Internet Radio. Me more specifically at Ain't No Half Step on Marcus J. Wading through the bullshit and making sure that those folks who want a bipartisan discussion can find it here. Do I lean left? Yeah, absolutely lean left. Do I lean black? Abso-freaking-lutely. I lean black. But if I ain't nothing, I'm honest and I'm fair when it comes to debating the issues that affect us all right here in this wilderness they call the United States and North America. That's the Marcus's unrelated rant that has nothing to do with what we in here talking about. That's the end of the show, y'all. I want to remind everybody that independence is the key to building your legacy. Also want to say peace to all the stars and all of the squares. In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. Those are the words of Bob Marley who you hear singing in the background. Ain't No Half Step on Marcus J will replay in its entirety immediately following this airing. So if you've missed Q Buggy, if you've missed Cooler Von Seal, or if you've missed Dating Pool Diva, stay right here because we're running it right back next week live from Brewers Cafe right here at RVA. And those listening outside of town, you can find us on TuneIn, Legacy Internet Radio, and every single location that you're used to listening to us week after week for the last 6 years on Internet Radio. Ain't no half step on Marcus J. We'll be live from Brewers Cafe next week, y'all. Peace.